What did we do with the Valvetronic? This is one of the more common questions we get on our B48 stuff, and there's two very good reasons for it, actually. So first, what is Valvetronic? It's BMW's name for their variable valve lift system. It's this little motor down in here. It's kind of hard to see. They've made it very compact and efficient on the B48 and B58. Why have it? Like, what's the whole thing? So it started on the N62, which is a V8, and continued on the N52. They actually dropped it for the N54, and I think there's a reason for that. So it is a variable valveless system. It's infinitely variable in the sense that it can seamlessly move between full lift and idle. Its main purpose is for efficiency and emissions. It does have some effect on throttle response as well. A lot of other manufacturers have something similar. Honda has VTEC. When I say similar, I mean it changes the valve lift. Also, inherently, I should mention, when you're changing the valve lift, you're also changing the duration of the valve. It's basically going from a very small camshaft to a larger camshaft. They never go particularly large on these, but I think max lift is about 10 mil, which is not that much. Minimum lift is like 0.2 mil, I think, and supposedly on the new stuff they can control it within like micrometer ranges, which is pretty incredible. So why have it though? One of the main purposes is velocity of the air into the cylinder. So when you're reducing the valve lift to a very small amount, so part throttle and idle, what you're able to do is keep air pressure in the manifold. So like at idle on a stock engine, these will typically sit at about 90% of atmosphere-ish. They do that so that the evaporative emission still works, the PCV system. And it then, with that more than normal pressure in the manifold, you have greater velocity of air into the cylinder. So you have very small lift, there's more pressure, a bit greater pressure differential across the valve. So you get air velocity in there, which then increases fuel mixing. So N52 and N62 are port injected. So they're spraying fuel into the port. And if you have max valve lift all the time, you have very little air velocity. You have very low air pressure. So it's just kind of slowly pulling fuel in, which doesn't mix very well. It's not very efficient. So then on the N54, they went to direct injection, which solves a lot of that problem. You're spraying the fuel directly into the cylinder. It's at very high pressure. It's automatically, effectively by the way those injectors work, it's already making the fuel droplets very small so they can evaporate into the air more easily and combine. So this is basically, this system is meant to, more than anything, is meant for fuel mixing. It does also, like when they do the variable valve lift thing, what they can do is at very light load, it opens one valve before the other, and then as they move up, they catch up to each other. So it can limit that airflow even more across two valves, but still have two valves for when you want a lot of load. It doesn't really have anything to do with power. You always want the valve as open as possible when you're trying to make power. Otherwise, you can just, if you don't want power, you just limit the air into the cylinder. So there's no point at which it's not max lift when you're asking for max power at that RPM. We just lock it out at max lift. There's at no point do we not want it on max lift on our things. So the other thing that Valvetronic does is throttle response. It takes about 0.2 seconds to go from minimum to maximum lift. A throttle is actually the same. On Motec, when we control this thing, I see it going from nothing to full lift or full open in about 0.2 seconds. The difference being air has velocity, has to get in through the manifold, air has mass, has to get in through the manifold. It takes time to go from here to here. On some of the older engines, they had really big manifolds. They have long runners, especially like the N52 has a crazy manifold. So it takes time for that air to get there. And you also have to approximate how much air is in each cylinder in a transient situation. So as you're opening the throttle, air is entering into the manifold, building pressure. You don't really know, it can kind of calculate, but you don't fully know how much air is actually entering that cylinder precisely. It's a lot easier to calculate that when you know that the air pressure in the manifold versus like how the valve is lifting, so you know how much fuel to inject, you know how much timing to use for each cylinder. So it's much more efficient on an emissions basis for that as well. So for our Motec stuff, though, what we do, we have kind of a cool system in overrun where it leaves the throttle actually open. Not fully open, it does vary based on requested torque. And then we're able to off throttle keep about 70% of atmosphere in the manifolds. It does depend on RPM slightly, but and then we just reduce ignition timing. So obviously you have a fuel cut when you're fully off throttle anyway, but as you get back on throttle, what our system does is this is already open a little bit. This already has air pressure. Air is going into the cylinders already, and that then reduces, like as it starts doing fuel injection again, it reduces timing to not have like a huge torque bump. You know, otherwise you basically have, you either have to lean to reduce power, or you have like a diesel, which always has max air going in there, and it will vary its fueling. You can't really do that with a gas engine as much. I mean, you can kind of, but not ideal. So we reduce ignition timing, which also has the added benefit of spooling the turbo faster. Again, we're using these in race cars, so we're generally off throttle, on throttle. We're ramping in the throttle really quickly. We want to build boost quickly up to 1.5 to 2 bar. So that manifold system, the overrun system, allows us to keep some air pressure in there. One thing that the Valvetronic, I see a lot of people talk about, I don't think it does this, but they talk about pumping losses, and it reduces the pumping loss. I don't really see that. It does, obviously, you're not opening the valves all the way every time, so you do have less friction in the valve train. You know, the spring, you're putting the energy into the spring, and then the spring is pushing it back, so you're getting some of that back, but there's less friction. But in terms of pumping losses, in terms of like the cylinder having to pull against a vacuum versus if you have the throttle open, or if you have atmosphere in here, the air is helping push the cylinder down. It's not having to suck it like a vacuum as much. That's not really, I don't see how that's true, because you basically still have a vacuum in the cylinder. You just have the valve is limiting the air into the engine, versus if you have individual throttles, that's limiting the air into the cylinder. If you have this throttle and you have a vacuum here, it's limiting the air into the cylinder. So no matter what, you still have the same air pressure in the cylinder at a given load, at idle, at part throttle, whatever. So the pumping loss thing doesn't really make sense to me. So I don't see how that's true. So again, Valvetronic is mainly for street cars, is for efficiency, is for throttle response, and is for emissions. And I think emissions is really the big thing, because again, they got rid of it on the N54 that did have direct injection, but they had to bring it back. The other reason we don't run Valvetronic is we can't. It's a 3-phase AC motor on these engines. It's actually, I mean, the thing's honestly incredible, the way it's run, what it does, the hardware. So pretty amazing, but we don't have the hardware to run it. We don't have 3-phase AC in the car. The direct injectors are complicated enough. Those things run at 60 volts. That's hard enough, but we simply don't have the hardware to run this thing. So we don't really need it. We're able to tune around it, and all our systems work around it for the race cars. We have no efficiency loss because of the way we're using it. So yeah, so that's our story on Valvetronic.